Shalaknai, Masicho, Shoji, Princess Daazhraii Johnson Oji, Netzai Gwich'in Steering, Shitsi, Stephen Peter Oji, Gavakwa, Shitsu Catherine Peter Oji, Gavakwa. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I love a responsive audience. We're all alive. My name is Princess Daazhraii Johnson, and I'm Netzai Gwich'in on my mother's side, and I'm Romanian and Lithuanian on my father's side. My family is from Arctic Village, Alaska, and my grandparents are the late Catherine and Stephen Peter. My mother is Adeline Kari, and my father is the late Ernest Raboff. I was born in Daazhraii, Bethany, Israel, but I was raised with my Gwich'in culture in Alaska. My work often takes me away from my family and away from my land, but I'm especially thrilled to share with you that my family is here with me today, if they would stand up. They're out there. There they are. They're in the very back of their row. My husband, James, my beautiful mother-in-law, Clara, and our sons, Keziah and Delnor. Also, also from the clip that we just saw, the trailer, Gwich'in Women Speak, we have a young woman from Daazhraii, from Arctic Village. Her name is Athena Chilcote, and she's in her freshman year at Fort Lewis and Durango College. She's an amazing young advocate for our community, and we're so proud of her that she's in college. And I'm going to invite her on the stage to share a few words with you.
Hi, Daazhraii Athena Chilcote Oji, Arctic Village Gwich'in Steering, Shahan Maybelline Christian Goji. Hi, my name is Athena Chilcote. I'm from Arctic Village. My mother's name is Maybelline Christian. I'm so happy to be here, and thank you, Princess, for letting me come here to speak. That video, we made it in a place called Fort Yukon, and it was really nice. The video is really long, and I'm glad I got to be on that video, and I'm just so happy that I get to go to go to new places and just to speak in front of everybody.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So you can sit down.
Okay, we'll grab my jacket.
Okay. Thank you, Athena. Masicho. My grandmother helped raise me in Alaska. As a young girl, I remember sitting at her kitchen table, the flies buzzing, knocking against the window pane, the occasional caw of Daazhraii, raven, outside, the taste of rich salmon oil in my mouth from a piece of Lucaj, dry salmon strip. There was a lot of silence between my grandmother and I, but in the silence, worlds of information were being conveyed. Often I would ask her questions about how it was when she was a girl in the old days. And sometimes, maybe a month would go by before she answered me. She'd say, "Grandchild, now I remember." Today, in our world of instant gratification, we're offended if our email isn't returned in a couple of hours or our texts in a few seconds. I realize that our elders gave much care and thought into the wisdom they passed down to us youth. They are deliberate, and they are wise. As I got older, I realized why I asked these questions about our culture to my grandparents and my mother. I was trying to understand why I carried within me this deep-rooted, unexplainable sorrow. I was trying to make sense of the world, but as my family slowly began to open up about their own stories of assimilation, of boarding school, of colonization, and I began to learn our history as Alaska Native people, and then even further than that, the history of so-called civilization, of the doctrine of discovery, of manifest destiny, the pieces of the puzzle started to come together, and bit by bit, my sorrow was replaced, first by anger and frustration, then by determination and strength of spirit. The Industrial Revolution and modern technology, led by greed, catapulted us into such a rapid speed of growth and development that it left all sense of spirituality and traditional ecological knowledge in the dust. And because of this, our Mother Earth is suffering. There is a war for resources going on. And unfortunately, it is Indigenous peoples around the world that are paying the heavy toll. The Gwich'in Nation has been fighting to protect our way of life for over 30 years now. And the threat to development of the coastal plain of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge is immediate. The insatiable thirst for energy is sucking our Mother Earth dry. And it is up to you, and it is up to us to restore the balance. Our elders predicted long ago the changes that we are seeing now in the weather. They told us, don't forget your traditional ways of living off the land, of making snowshoes, of tanning hide, of treating the animals with respect, because one day we're all going to have to go back to simpler ways of being. I believe that each and every one of us should have our own personal plan for saving our planet. Our Mother Earth, she is everything. She is what we all have in common. She is how we are all connected. As human beings, we have become like spoiled, rotten children. We have forgotten how to be humble. An elder this past week told me, the land misses us. So go out on the land, touch the soil, learn once again to speak to the plants and the animals. They miss us. They'll listen to us, and we need to listen to them. There is hope. If we all rise to the occasion and bring our very best, most brilliant, shining selves, there is hope. I would be remiss if I didn't ask something of you today. One thing you can do to help us, the Gwich'in Nation, retain our way of life. We are one of very few tribes that are still living much like our ancestors off the land. On Monday, I'm going to fly to our nation's capital, and I'm going to meet with people at the Department of the Interior, and I'm going to meet with people in the White House, and I'm going to meet with many organizations and anyone that will listen to what I have to say. If you can find time to write a short, handwritten message to the Department of Interior Secretary, Sally Jewell, and give them to somebody here at the Marion Institute. There's a booth here. If you could give it to the people at the booth or any staff, I will take those handwritten letters and I will deliver them personally. And I will make copies and make sure somebody at the White House gets them as well. It's time for change. It's time for change, and I'm so honored that I was invited to come here and speak at this conference, Connecting for Change. It's such a suitable title, and each of you are such amazing individuals coming here, and I know that each and every one of you is doing good work in the world. Oftentimes it can take a toll on us, and we have to be kind to ourselves and find balance. But the time for change is definitely right now, right here. We are the ones that are going to save this planet. And I just want to say I'm very honored and I'm very humbled to be here with you today. And Masi Cho Shalaknai.